it's not easy because Chinese are very hardworking and they expect you to do
Yeah.
like there's CCTVs everywhere.
Hello, lovely people. Welcome to today's edition. Today we are with one special guest, and today she's come to share her experience living in China. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. My name is Minu.
Oh, nice to meet you. Which country are you from?
As you mentioned, I'm from Iran.
Iran. Guys, what comes to mind when you hear the country Iran? Comment in the comment section when you hear the country Iran. How is life in Iran?
Actually, it's not the way you see in the news. It's actually far more better, but actually, it's obvious that we might have some problems, but it's pretty good. The life we are living in Iran is pretty good.
Whoa, wow, interesting. How long have you lived in China?
It's getting closer to 2 years now.
Oh, 2 years. Wow, actually, you are my first Iranian friend. She's the first person for me to meet from Iran, and I was like, I never expected Iranians to be like this, like your dressing. I expected you to wear veil and those things, but yeah. So why China? Why did you come to China?
I actually come to experience my PhD program in China, and now I'm in the middle of my PhD. Yeah.
Oh, wow, interesting. So like when you are living in Iran, what is your mindset about China?
Yeah, I really never expected China to be this advanced. I was expecting it's not developed like the one I see right now. I was not expecting that. And like when I was coming here, I was
Yeah.
expecting something very low. When I came, I really surprised.
Oh, wow, interesting. So like is it very easy to migrate from Iran to other countries like China?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's very common these days that young, talented students they move abroad to other countries as an immigrants. Yeah, it's pretty common now.
Yeah, but is the process easy? Is it that easy?
It depends. It depends actually the country you want to come.
Okay.
But because China and Iran have good relationship, friendship
Yeah.
together, it's not hard to get a visa.
Oh, so how is life for you in China, living in China?
It's never easy. If I want to tell you it's easy, I'm telling lies. It's all right that we have scholarships here. The government pays us monthly, and we are living a good life. But it's not easy because Chinese are very hardworking, and they expect you to do the same as them, to work at the same as their student. So that is it. You should work really hard.
Oh, interesting. So, like, when you first arrived in China, what was the first culture shock?
The first cultural shock, maybe it's been some habits of Chinese people of burping or maybe making some weird sounds which is not really polite in my culture.
Oh, interesting. And how about food? How do you see Chinese food living in China?
I actually like China. It's not like I'm saying I like it so much, but I really get along with it very easily. Like the first day I came, I never restrict myself from eating Chinese food. So I was okay with trying all varieties of Chinese food,
Yeah.
and I started to like it actually.
Oh, wow, interesting. So, what are some of the difficulties you face living in China?
The difficulties, maybe the difficulties be um, difficulties.
Any challenges that you face living in China?
Yeah, Yeah, actually, I remember.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes that the Chinese people, your lab mates, they are very shy. It's very hard to communicate with them. They don't know how to speak English. Like the young generation, they actually know how to speak, but they are very shy to talk, to communicate with you. You'll barely see someone approaching and making friends with you.
Oh, so you are saying language barrier.
Language barrier, yeah.
Oh, so can you speak Chinese?
Indian, a little bit.
Oh, cool. You said the Chinese feel very shy to approach you.
Yeah.
So are you saying that the Chinese guys or men in China, how do they react to an Iranian girl, beautiful lady in China?
They actually, if you are walking in the middle of the street, the busy
Yeah.
part of the city, like you see that a lot of Chinese people, usually the old persons, they are very interested to see a foreigner. They remove their phone immediately to take pictures of you, or some of them,
Yeah.
when you are walking around, they're trying to video call with their spouse or wife to show you to them, which is very interesting. They take pictures with you or from you, and they try to speak with you, communicate with you. Mostly old people, not the young generation.
Oh, okay. So how is life as in dating? Has any of the Chinese guys tried to approach you as a foreigner? Have had that experience?
No, it's very weird. Like I've I've barely see some guys approaching, actually, to be in a relationship. No, some of them they did to like make friendship and or to improve their English. Yes.
Yeah.
So no, in these 2 years, never a guy, Chinese guy, approached me to have relationships. No,
Oh, they are too shy, I guess.
very shy.
Interesting. So, if somebody is watching you and the person is in Iran or anywhere in the world and the person is thinking of coming to China, what advice will you give that person?
Uh, I really advise them to really know the project they want to work on before coming to China, because sometimes when you come here, you face something different, which you were not expecting it.
Oh, interesting. So, is China safe for foreigners or especially Iranians?
Far more safer than you were expecting.
What? Yeah.
What makes it safe, actually, you wanted to ask me?
Yeah.
Like there's CCTVs everywhere. Like you put your phone here, tomorrow you come take it from the same place. The rate of robbery is very low. It happens for me that I left my bike key on my bike, and nobody cares, like, because these things are pretty cheap in China, and the people's salary is quite good, quite very well. So they really, it doesn't come to their mind to steal something.
Yeah.
Is like you see thousands of bicycles unchained here. No, nobody cares. Nobody steal it.
Wow, interesting. So, how did you manage to get a scholarship, or is it PhD? You're offering
Yeah.
PhD, right?
Yeah.
How did you manage to get the opportunity? And if anybody wants to also get that kind of opportunity, like how can they also access such opportunity to come to China?
For me, I saw the announcing that they want to recruit some PhD students through LinkedIn. Actually, LinkedIn is a very good tool for you if you want to find some opportunities in different countries. And when you contact the university for applying, they will let you know the scholarships they will offer. For example, commonly there are two scholarships, namely university scholarship or CSC scholarship, which is offering by the government, Chinese government, to foreigners. So
Okay.
right now I'm having CSC scholarship.
Oh, interesting. Okay, guys, if you have any question, about Iranians living in China. I personally, this is my first time to meet an Iranian, and I was really surprised to see an Iranian here, yeah, in China. And I'm glad you are having a good time here in your PhD studies. Before coming to China, were you doubting? What really made you come to China? There are so many countries. Why China?
I actually was thinking that it's a good chance for me to visit China, to explore. I'm an adventurous person. I like to visit different countries, so it was an opportunity for me to be on my own and come to another country and maybe go to another countries after this. So it was a good chance for me to visit China. Maybe if I didn't get this chance, maybe never ever I decide to come to China. But this is a good chance for me. I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice country.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Me, before coming to China or whatever, whenever I hear Iran, I hear something different. And to be frank, I get scared even when I hear the name
Not only
Iran.
you.
When I hear the name Iran, have you experienced such thing like being in China? Then if you tell your other people the name of your country, have you experienced any reaction that is not good? How's the reaction?
Yeah, for example, in Chinese social media, they are so into different countries' news. For example, when there are some war in between countries, for example, Israel, Iran, and this kind of news, they really follow up through their social media the news outgoing there. But sometimes the news is not exact, and they are assuming sometimes.
Yeah.
And for example, sometimes it happened to me. It was one experience. It was funny to say. One time in my dormitory, there was some guy for fixing the plumbery, and they asked me, "Oh, is it really bombing in Iran? Is it really safe in Iran?" They're actually speaking in Chinese, but I can understand a little bit. I say, "No, it's pretty safe in Iran."
Oh, interesting. Why do you think people are having such perspective and mindset, and how do you react in such scenario?
Sometimes, yeah, I can understand because they follow up based on the news that they see through their social media. Sometimes the words want to spread some kind of news. It might not be exact. Some of them might be okay, but sometimes it might not be exact. So they are thinking to follow up those kind of news. There are some things happening in Iran, but not all of the news can be true.
Oh, interesting.
Iran is a very safe country. We have pretty much issues in my country, but it's still safe to live there.
Interesting. You talking about safe is making me feel like asking you this question. Like, how is the reaction between males and females? Can a guy touch you in Iran?
No. Iran is an Islamic country.
Yeah.
And for us, we have been separated since our elementary schools are separated. Girls and boys are in different schools.
Yeah.
So after kindergarten, like for the kindergarten is okay to be not separated.
Yeah.
But after elementary is separated until the university. Also university is combined. So no, if you want to touch, no. It's not easy to touch a girl if she doesn't want to. And something like that, yeah.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I learned you have a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, I have it. You guys can subscribe to my channel.
What's the name
down
of your channel?
Minu in China.
Oh, Minu in China. What do you share on your channel?
My experience of living in China, or maybe helping other people's to get scholarships or to buy things online from China. You can subscribe to my channel as well. I'll be happy.
Interesting. And what language do you even speak in Iran? Do you speak English?
Yeah, it's no. The official language in my country is Farsi,
Yeah.
which they call it Persian.
Okay.
Yeah, so we speak Farsi. It's a official language of Iran.
Oh, interesting. So how do you say hello in
Salam, salam.
Salam. Okay. So before we leave, guys, I'm very happy to have her. My first time to meet an Iranian, for her to share her cultures and everything. And I'm sure if you go to her channel, you learn so many things of her experience living in China and so many things. So you can check in the description box of a link of her channel where you can, if you need any help, anything about China, if you are coming to study in China, if you want to study in China or anything, she is your plug and she will help you with that. Before we leave, what are the questions or what makes you curious about the country Iran? For me, I'm very curious, and you are saying Iran is very safe, and I can't wait to travel to Iran one day, take videos, and yeah, see how life really is. Because I personally, before coming to China, I had very bad perspective about China. I never thought China was safe, and when I came, it's totally different. So I would love to have that experience. If you have ever traveled to Iran, let us know your experience traveling to Iran. And before we leave, what are your last words for anybody who is thinking of coming to China?
As you may know, China for someone who wants to be an immigrant or consider to stay in the country they are studying it. China might not be your last country that you go to study. Like you cannot stay. There are some rules that they are right now having, which
Yeah.
they help you getting their green card or something for residence. Right now it's not easy, but in the future it might be more easier for the ones who have their higher education in China, for example, having PhD, master or PhD or postdoc in China. Maybe there are some new rules coming for it to be easier to stay in China. But right now, China cannot be your last destination. You might think as a bridge to go to other countries, because the academic in China is going on very well. The utilities that you have, the devices you have for the experiments are very well. Maybe you might not have it in other countries like this advanced. But you might encounter some barriers, like language barrier, like you see every devices we have in our school are in Chinese, or the students, they are not willing to communicate or help you in English. So you might come across such barriers, something like this, but it's worse coming to China for me as well, personally.
Interesting. And I'm very glad you have made them known of some of the challenges they will face in case they are thinking of coming to China. Until then, guys, thank you very much for having us. And today we had one beautiful lady from Iran, and she has shared something little about her country and her experience in China. If you want more, follow her platform, her YouTube channel, and know more about her experience living in China. And thank you very much for granting us this opportunity to be on our platform. And we hope to have you more in the future to talk about your experience living in China and so many things.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm really glad, also to be on your channel. It's an honor for me.
Thank you. So how do you say in Iran language thank you?
خیلی ممنون.
Heli Manun. And bye bye to the Heli Manun. Thank you all.
خدافظ.
Kodafes.